Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the most prestigious evening in Cinema Effect Awards history. It is our season finale, the 6th annual edition of the Cinema Effect Awards, which by default makes it the most prestigious because it's the 6th one and the latest one, because that's how it works every time they get more prestigious. I'm Zach.
It's the highest number so far.
Exactly.
Be a number better person.
100%. That's just weird that it's the 6th one, and that's actually true. I'm not just saying that. I'm Zach, and I'm joined by Hideo Kojima's long-lost brother, Jaden.
Yo. We're doing intros for the
Hell
awards.
Yeah. And we've got our resident Irish citizen, a.k.a. Fitzy, a.k.a. Liam.
Hey.
I feel like this is an energy from you, Fitzy, today. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not trying to like force it or anything.
It's a show. It's the time. Brings out a different person.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. That's good. You're right. I did have to bring the nicknames back for awards, of course. Although I don't know if that decision this year to get into the episodes faster really helped with our growth or anything like the idea was anyway, you know? I thought the idea was that it would help the engagement, the watch time in the first few minutes.
Sure.
Haven't really seen that.
No.
But
to be fair, back when we did do them, I thought like some of that 2-3 minute banter between like names and like, jumping into it. Some of our best stuff.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
There's some funny shit there.
Yeah.
In like every like 30 odd episodes.
Yeah, that's my thing. Where it's like, yes, there has been some good stuff for sure, but I don't know if I necessarily miss it. I kind of don't mind just, not wasting time. The episodes end up being long anyway. Either way, surely 2026 is the year of 1,000 subscribers.
Sure.
I thought it would be this year. I really did.
I mean, the math said.
Yeah, it really slowed down.
Well,
just out of nowhere.
Yeah. The projections,
Yeah, the analysts foretold, based off the growth rates, that we did okay, but
we didn't.
Maybe we started losing, and the analysts forgot to like take into account like loss of subscribers.
Yeah, we should probably like do quarterly analysis instead of like yearly. Yeah, true.
We definitely should. Yeah. Man. Anyway, no, I really feel like next year is the year. I really believe it, but who knows? Anyway, for the uninitiated, this is Cinema Effect, the podcast where we would normally review and talk about a different movie every single Monday, but you've happened to catch us on an interesting occasion because tonight we're here to celebrate the year of 2025 for cinema and Cinema Effect with our annual awards special, which is always one of my favorite episodes of the year. So stick around later in the episode where we'll give out many awards for the selection of films we reviewed this year on the show. But before that, we of course need to talk about the very best that released in 2025, which leads us to our first segment, which is, as always, our top 5 movies of 2025. We each have our own individual top 5 lists of movies that released in 2025. So 3 lists. We'll each be taking turns to reveal our number 5, then number 4 picks, and so on. And we, of course, then use the incredibly unique, never-before-seen Cinema Effect point system to determine a definitive combined ranking. And Jaden, our analyst, will be tracking the stats as we go on his famous, I guess, scoreboard.
I'm a different analyst to the subscriber projection, though. So I'm going to clear that up. Because our analyst got something wrong. Yeah. That's right. We didn't get things wrong. Yeah.
You have a much better track record as an analyst than the other analyst. Absolutely.
All
right. I think that's it. That's all the preamble. We can get right into the list. And as usual, I'm going to kick it off with Jaden to reveal his number 5 movie of 2025.
Plus some honorable mentions.
We'll do those at the end. Yeah.
At the end, is it? Okay. Sorry.
Yep.
You see how much this occupies my mind. Number 5 for me is something that came out of the dark and just smashed me in the face, and I just enjoyed it so much more than I ever could have expected. And that was Splitsville, directed by Michelangelo Corvino, starring himself and Dakota Johnson, Andrew Joyner, and another bloke. So it was that myth, and it was just beyond hilarious, which I just wasn't expecting, and I think that just benefited it in the most pleasure way, I guess. Yeah. Incredibly funny, great story, brilliant action. Not action like as in like, this there is a fist fight. It's probably got one of the best fights I've seen all year. Like one of the best choreographed like fight scenes I've seen all year from this like hardcore comedy where it just goes full slapstick.
Wow.
Good script, great jokes, and a nice like bit of like romantic tension throughout the entire film. Like nothing but praise for it, honestly. Yeah, number 5 for me is Splitsville.
Hell yeah. Very cool. All right, Splitsville with 1 point. Fitzy, get something else on the scoreboard here. Unless you also choose Splitsville, but I don't think you will.
Haven't seen it, so unfortunately,
There you go.
make the top 5 this year. But number 5 is a film that I think only I've seen, so I guess it's like my Splitsville. It's The Mastermind from Kelly Reichardt. Josh O'Connor, I believe, is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Josh O'Connor,
yeah.
up and coming.
Yeah.
Well-established actor at this point. He kind of does this like little art heist thing that he just kind of like impromptu like plans, but doesn't really plan, and he kind of just bumbles and stumbles his way through the whole heist and the whole movie. And it's just very funny just watching him kind of stumble along. And it's Kelly Reichardt is very understated, like all of her films, very grounded, very chill, very slow, not much happens. But we just kind of follow Josh's kind of loserish, character as he just kind of wanders around the scene of the movie, the setting. So it's interesting and funny, very funny, just watching this creature walk around and fail. So it's good. Very soft lighting, like other Reichardt products, like First Care.
Oh yeah, right.
So very nice, like Sunday, like matinee kind of Pivotonian experience. Just watching a Kelly Reichardt film with like a chai latte in the afternoon. It's nice. So that's my number 5. Give that 1 point.
1
Put it
point.
on the scoreboard.
It's done. Nice. That wasn't on my radar at all. So excellent. Good to learn about a new film there. I'll continue the trend here, I suppose, of films I don't think anyone else has seen, and give my number 5 to Raka Raka's Bring Her Back. This, of course, continues their saga of making horror films theatrically with A24 from Talk to Me, which we reviewed a couple of years ago. Really enjoyed that film. And this film is just as good, if not maybe better. It definitely lived up to it, in my opinion. I love them committing to making fully Australian films. This film, once again, is set in, I think it's definitely set in South Australia. I assume it's set in Adelaide as well, like Talk to Me was. And it's just a really compelling horror movie, incredibly well made. Got some incredibly memorable, messed up sequences, bro. I watched this shit on an airplane. Do not recommend that because, my God, if anyone's looking at my screen, they the judgment would be flowing in, and also just the curiosity of like, what the fuck is that guy? What is that? Because there's some pretty gnarly shit that goes on in this film. But all of it was very effective, very well done, and contributed to the experience immensely. And I don't know, they're like, so horror obviously isn't my favorite genre in the world, but the way they just tell such interesting stories, in my opinion, within the genre, and I just it ends up being very thematically cohesive, but also surprising. Like, things happen in this movie I definitely didn't see coming, and it ends in a surprising way. And I think Talk to Me was similar. I definitely did. Talk to Me ended in a pretty crazy way as well. So I appreciate that. I go in not knowing what I'm going to get, walk away with a unique horror experience and a story that was surprising for sure. So that is why Bring Her Back gets 1 point. Excellent.
Sorted.
Excellent. All right. Yes.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was. Did you want to pass it on?
Jaden, number 4.
Number 4 for me is Black Bag from Soderbergh, I think. Yeah.
Steven Soderbergh.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Incredible film. Another one that just kind of took me by absolute surprise. I didn't realize what exactly I was getting into, but it is just superbly sleek and just so engaging with this cast of just proper. They just so properly fill the shoes that they need to, within this world. Fassbender's fantastic, leading it, and Blanchett is
Hell
Blanchett? Yeah. Okay. And then the other ones who I forget now as well, but one of them was in Furiosa, the bloke.
Oh yeah.
Tom? No, not Tom.
Yeah. Tom Burke?
It is Tom
Burke, yeah.
Yeah, Tom Burke, that's it. Yeah.
Anyway, all great. Just very engaging spy story that feels a bit unconventional these days. Yes, appreciate it heaps. Once again, like, looks fantastic as well. I think I spoke about that a bit, like, when I did say it as well. Like, it's, oh my god. Steven knows what he's doing sometimes.
Sometimes,
yeah.
Hey, we like Magic Mike. But yes, all right, excellent. Black Bag scores 2 points right there. Fitzy.
Well, I had a few, like, I only had like four-star films, I think. So some of them were kind of floating here, but I ended up with my top 3.5, 7 out of 10 film, which has grown in my mind a little bit since watching, which is Black Bag, directed by Steven Soderbergh.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty much everything Jaden said. Sophisticated, sleek. It's got Soderbergh's like also quintessential like soft kind of aesthetic, but it feels sharp as well. It's quick. Some really stellar performances, and yeah, just really immerses you into this serious British spy world, and this really intricate kind of plot. So yeah, very cool movie.
Excellent. I think this is the first time this has ever happened, and I'm very excited because Black Bag also scores another 2 points because it's by number 4 as well. I echo everything you guys said. This film loves just thriving in the deception, in the trickery, I love that plot. Performances, absolutely. What an attractive cast in this movie. Oh my god. Just got to say that as well. But dude, anytime give me Fassbender, give me Blanchett on screen with each other in a theater in 2025. That's a hell yeah if I've ever seen one. And it lived up to that for sure. Pierce Brosnan, also phenomenal. Everyone, phenomenal. Super engaging movie. My only criticism, I think this movie, if it felt like a full meal to me, it could easily be my number 1. The only thing with it is that I walked out satisfied, thoroughly enjoyed it, but didn't feel like a full meal. It's just a bit short. It's the very rare instance where I'm like, I would take another 30 minutes of that easily. Which, I'm not necessarily, advocating that it should have been longer. If it is what it is, Soderbergh made what he wanted made, that's great. But it felt like an in-between a main and an entree to me. If it was a main, it could have shot right up. But nonetheless, nothing else but very positive things to say about Black Bag. So it is also my number 4.
Nice. It scored big points. Yeah.
That's a strong showing right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that might be influential, honestly. Let's move to number 3.
Number 3 for me is quite a recent one. It's Wake Up Dead Man from Ryan Johnson, the newest Benoit Blanc mystery. I know you skipped it on the big screen because you have to watch it on Netflix. I think that's dumb.
Who did?
Did you?
I
No,
was
you were
with
there,
you.
were you? Oh. Who skipped it?
No one skipped it.
I was with you.
I wasn't with you, but I saw it in the theater.
Did Andy skip it?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Did
I think he said, yeah, he wanted to watch it on Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a bad decision. I think Ryan Johnson's a big picture script filmmaker.
Yeah.
I love Knives Out so fucking much, and this I was really worried with this one actually. I was quite worried that it was going to break it for me, but it just reinforced it in every way. It carries through with the humor. It carries through with the intriguing mystery. Daniel Craig continues to be amazing as the lead, and then they continue to put together such a strong ensemble cast.
Yeah.
And like they typically do look amazing, but I think this one really goes for it with its dynamic lighting. Like it's just so unique to kind of see a shifting light throughout a scene in modern movies because everything's just on stages and with one thing, like one kind of controlled environment. And I mean, there's probably work on stage as well, but like they shift the lighting, which is just like it blew my mind. The way that they're in the church and there's cloud cover, and then they use it to play with the plot as well later. I just think it is really quite exceptional filmmaking, and I always love these stories. And I don't know, probably features my favorite shot of the year in that dolly's room. Yeah, Ryan Johnson's Wake Up Dead Man, number 3 for me.
Excellent. Rian Johnson returns to the awards with good points right there. All right. Fitzy.
My number 3 might ruffle some Macedonian feathers.
Oh, we know.
Right here.
We know.
But my number 3 is Sinners. I just think it's a thoroughly entertaining film, and it's just a very juicy genre film. That just works, and it's just fun. I don't know. It's just good. I mean, if there's a Marvelification about it, it's just because I think the main pleasure from it is that it's just kind of entertaining and good for its I don't know. It's kind of appeal to genre, I guess. It's genre appeal, but I don't know. It's just fun characters, fun scenarios. I really loved the villain, the Irish villain. I thought the Irish vampire thing was awesome. Michael B. Jordan was freaking great. What's her name? Haley Steinfeld? Yeah, she was great. Everyone was just delivered a lot of energy, and the film had a lot of energy, and it showed up, and it was good, and it was, and yeah, like that one sequence, it is great. It is awesome. So, and the Rocky Road to Dublin sequence as well, I think is sick. So it's just a very cool and fun and good. And yeah, Sinners.
I don't know how true it is, but did you hear that Jonathan Majors was meant to be one of the twins, but then he dropped out? Was that just bullshit? Or was it always meant to be Michael B?
Like they weren't. Oh, okay.
Don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just heard that. I just took it at face value. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. That is interesting. I'm also devastated that it's had to get up and reveal my pajama pants.
Mm.
So
I thought it might happen once. So it's already happened again. And now the stretching's happening again.
Liam's choice has been vindicated,
Oh. The other thing is also, like, I might have to do it again right now.
Look at it. Look at this guy. So unprofessional.
Wow. There's a really cool floral print on those dress pants.
Yeah.
The other thing I was self-conscious about on the first instance when I opened the door there was that, like, people see me basically like push my dog out of my room, like if that looks bad, which I don't know if it does or not, but like my dog's blind, and she doesn't know how to get out of the room. I was trying to guide her.
Blinded your dog?
Huh?
You blinded your dog?
Jesus Christ. Oh god. Anyway, my number 3 goes to a bit of a sleeper choice here. and that is Steve, directed by Tim Milance. This is the Cillian Murphy Netflix film. I went into this blind, other than I knew Spooky had watched it and he mentioned in his highlight of the week that Cillian Murphy plays a teacher. So I'm like, all right, got that. Watch this film, and this film is super underrated. I don't know why. When I finished it, checked IMDb, it's got pretty middling scores. It honestly kind of beats me. This is great UK indie cinema. I think the fact it was, I don't know, Cillian and Netflix, I just sort of assumed it would be a bit more polished, a bit more digital, a bit more Netflixy, but it's clearly just a UK indie film that Netflix has acquired at a film festival. That's clearly what it is. And it's a very well done, interesting thing about basically like a boarding school where troubled youth go in the UK. And so you sort of get to know the cast of kids, of students there. They're all like 16 to 18 years old. And Cillian Murphy's like kind of the head teacher, and the other teachers there, Emma Thomas in the movies. Emma Thompson, I think. Wow, I always get them mixed up. There's the two Emmas, one of them. I think it's Emma Thompson? Ugh.
The British one.
They're both British, though. You bastard. Anyways, it's kind of got this sort of very handheld, in your face style, which is meant to replicate the fact that the film is like, it's the film sort of part of it is that there's a documentary crew there filming the school, and so the whole film kind of takes on that style as well. It's just a great film, great scenes. It's very chaotic. The energy of the students. It's like it's meant to be like the question and the ideas in the film. Partially, like an aspect of it is like, are these kids worth helping? You know, they're kind of a trouble to society. They're kind of on the surface just assholes and just kind of obnoxious, and you know, just the definition of kind of just troubled kids, right? It's like taxpayer money being spent, the teacher's energy being spent. Like, why is it? Are these kids savable or helpable in any way? And the way it poses that question is really interesting. And you know, ultimately, the outcome is relatively positive. But to be honest, throughout, I was like, God, I don't know. These kids are kind of hopeless. I'm not going to lie. And I think the film was really pushing that envelope and making me want to consider that pretty deeply. And Cillian's phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And I don't think he'll get recognised for this performance, but it's really great. So that's my number 3 is Steve. Excellent. All right, number 2.
Number 2 for me is a very long-awaited sequel. This is Danny Boyle's 28 Years Later.
Oh, wow.
Massive fan of the first two. Like, a lot of people like kind of disparage 28 Weeks, but I think it's not equally, like definitely not equally as good as the first one, but like it's still a very valid and very good film. Just that kind of shifts genres slightly. Still obviously zombie, but just a bit more in on the action.
Yeah.
But then like this 28 Years Later is a very true to form Danny Boyle film. It is so intensely human that I think his products always are, but kind of gets hidden in, you know, within everything he has. You know, Trainspotting is obviously a very human story, and I think 28 Days Later is as well, and I don't know what else, Slumdog Millionaire and Yesterday. Like, I think they're all just very human stories, and I think at its heart, 28 Years Later is also just so intensely human. His most, yes. It's just such a wonderful exploration of your main character. I think the actor's name is Owen, the kid.
Oh yeah.
But it's a very interesting world that they can play with, and they can play with in any way they want. You know, it's kind of 28 years after the outbreak. They could have chosen anything they wanted to do, and they chose to have this like regress society, and it works so bloody well. It is one of the strongest zombie products in the past 10, 15, maybe even going on 20 years. I think it beats out all the Evil Dead remakes and, you know, Living Dead remakes, but that's just me. Looks fantastic again, and I don't know, like it's Danny Boyle just working overtime. I feel like it's just, I think Rafe is another like just standout, as I wasn't like in a capacity that I wasn't expecting, and just it is like the emotional kind of things that his character presents, and his kind of dialogue with the boy. Just really nice stuff, really awesome stuff. And then you get this awesome zombie action as an extra. Really, really, really fantastic. Yep.
Hell yeah. I kind of forgot about this one, to be honest, but I'm glad.
Dude, I couldn't believe it was this year.
Yeah.
It was kind of something that already felt like it was like 18 months ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, that's right. I'm glad it's getting recognised, though. That's great. Okay. Fitzy, we're in. It's starting to get big influence right here.
It's getting hot. It's getting hot
Getting
in
hot.
here. My number 2 is Eddington, which is a film that has also snuck up a lot over the last few weeks. Yeah, it's a thoroughly uncomfortable film, as Ari Aster likes to make. Only this is uncomfortable in a kind of, I don't know, a more real sense, I guess, not like a horror sense. It's like truly uncomfortable, It's got covert, so it's really, people don't want to watch.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, he succeeds again in provoking, and it's it actually feels like it has some substance to it. It speaks to, the kind of hyper online culture of like the 2020s, and how easily people get influenced, and I don't know, some really entertaining performances. Pedro and Wacky's legendary beef in this film is very entertaining. Short-lived, but the scenes they do get together are very fun. I mean, the party scene is hilarious.
Yeah.
And yeah, in general, like, Joaquin is just very fun to watch in this film because he's just kind of doing all the wrong things, and you just kind of you're kind of watching chaos unfold through a very kind of silly character. So yeah, and like all the kind of ancillary all the supporting characters here, Emma Stone, Austin Butler, they have minor parts, and you kind of think
I was
it's
shocked
gonna
when they
be,
turned up. Yeah.
you kind of think it's gonna evolve into more, but as they are, they're just very like colorful, I guess. They fill the scenes with a lot of color, and the film just feels like it has that. And I also just love the way the film kind of evolves in the end. It kind of becomes a bit absurd, and then it becomes absurd in like a different way at the very end. So but it all feels natural to like the film's weird kind of logic that it has throughout. So yeah, Eddington, great film. I think David Ehrlich described it as like the first modern Western or something like that.
Wow.
It is like that. It's like a hyper modern Western,
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, it is
Western of the
actually.
2020s. So yeah, Eddington gets 4 big booms from me, all big points.
Hell yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. My number 2 is Ryan Coogler's Sinners.
Yeah.
Oh man. This is a great movie. And look, I don't know. I'm sure it's been talked up a lot and all that. I watched it pretty blind, other than like I knew it had a generally positive perception. And my ride with it was interesting in that I, was very much enjoying the first 2 acts. I was into the characters, stunning looking film. Love the whole IMAX thing, the switches between the aspect ratio. I was like, dude, this is a great cinematic experience I'm having here on my TV. so I missed it in the theater, but great film, all that stuff. I was into the whole like learning about the characters, getting into the party. That scene, That scene, I'm deliberately trying to trigger Jaden, but like I'm also just trying to speak the truth. That scene where the whole music bit where it transcends time and space was jaw-dropping, absolutely outstanding, and probably the best scene of the year, honestly, in terms of just the impact it had. And dude, Ryan knew he was cooking. He knew that shit was dope, and he fucking was right. What a great idea, and it was so well executed. The film, I will never disagree that the film starts to kind of lose. It lost a bit of confidence in me in the third act when it starts getting into like the final action stuff in the barn, and then sort of the ending with the vampires and all that. I'm kind of like, it started to feel a little clunky and a little like things happening in like kind of in orders, and like I guess we can spoil it. I don't know, like when the KKK then turns up. As this stuff is happening, I'm just kind of like, huh? Like this kind of, it had lost a bit of the flow for me. It was starting to feel a bit like, then this happened, and why is this happening? Then we got the real ending. I love it. Jaden likes to point out this film ends 4 times, and it kind of does. But when we get the 4th ending, or whatever, it all hit like a ton of bricks, and it all clicked like a puzzle piece. The final puzzle piece was unlocked in my mind, and I love the style choice to have it like a sort of after the credits. It's kind of like a semi, like during the credits thing, but then like continues after the credits. It's just so cool. And when it all locks in that this film is about slavery the whole time, I mean, obviously it's like the undertones are there the whole time, you know what I mean? When it clicked that that's thematically what it's about, and that's why everything's ordered in the way it is, I'm like, oh, I see it. Ryan, I'm with you. I see it now. I see it. And it was immensely satisfying. And that final shot of like, oh, I love everything with friggin' the old kid, even like he's 80 still singing, and then the vampire versions of the characters walk in. I'm like, dude, this is fucking dope. And then they walk into the sunset at the end. I'm like, oh, that was mesmerizing stuff. So that's why Sinners is my number. Sorry, I started ranting and raving like this is my number 1. It's not even my number 1, but this is my number 2. Sinners, great movie, great ending. Shout out to Ryan Coogler. That's all I've got to say. There's already some interesting things going on with the points, I will say.
Yeah, it's Sinners is either 1 or it's really up to you, Zach, as to what wins now.
What makes you say that?
Because if you pick Eddington, then Eddington wins, and if you don't, then Sinners wins.
Mm.
I mean, okay, well that says something about what you've chosen, I guess, but I don't know if Fitzy's chosen. I don't know. All right.
Oh, actually, yeah, you two could have the same number 1, but I don't think so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think anyway. Yeah, let's just stop speculating. I was about to speculate what your number 1 is, but I can just ask you right now, Jane. What's your number 1?
Honorable mentions, or is that after?
After. Yeah.
After. Okay. My number 1 comes from this fellow called Scott Derrickson.
Wow.
Scotty and I have been on a big journey throughout my life, and I didn't even realize it up until like a couple of years ago. I didn't realize that so many of the films that I just loved to rewatch were his films. You know, Sinister and Deliver Us from Evil, like namely, like those 2. And then when I put those together, and then you watch Black Throne, you watch Death Strange, like, oh, like this guy, he makes films. He makes films for me, man. And then he continued that this year. He did twice this year, actually. But the film at number 1 for me is The Gorge, with Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller. It was the first film I watched from this year, and it stayed up there. I don't know how much of that is just me being a bit stubborn. I don't know, like something. It's interesting that Liam said that he only had four 8s from this year, whereas I think I got like 6 9s and then like a shit ton of. I think I got like 28s. Like this has been a really strong year of very good films for me. Like I think people will tell you it's not a strong year of film, and I think I can kind of see that in that we're not getting like these kind of elite tier things, like your Parasite, like the way your 2019 was. But like this has been a very strong year for very good films. So this was like a very hard list for me to make. And that's why like The Gorge, like its place at the top is kind of a bit debatable maybe for me. But it was there and stayed there. It's got a fantastic romance, probably one of my favorite romances of the past decade odd. It's just really solid sci-fi horror. It's like kind of a building blocks, kind of story of like, you know, kind of fundamental. It's like two people get to you know, work on opposite sides. They find out they like each other and then they need to link up and then shit happens. Like it's kind of, you know, the structure's there, but like it's, I don't know, it just all worked perfectly. Really, there's a fantastic needle drop from the yeahs. It's like it really was just a film catered towards me with the cast, the music, the genre, the action. It's like, and Scott, you know, and Scott is for me. Like it is the film of the year for the Jadens of the world. Yeah, it's the gorge.
Part of me was like, you're going to say the Black Phone too. That would be the biggest plot twist.
It's so close to cracking the top 5.
Yeah. I thought it might be. Awesome. All right. Fitzy, number 1.
Number 1, yeah. Well, I hate to be the cliche film white boy, but it's one battle after another. Yeah, what a great film, man. What a great mix of naturalistic and absurd performances. You know, the chase, Infinity, Sean Penn,
Oh, yeah.
Duality, Dynamer, Doer, with Sterner Bob, Sterner Leo in the middle. Another great bumbling performance from this year. Another great score from Johnny Greenwood. You know, the 1 note, 2 note, 3 note fucking thing that he did, the dip, the piano thing, amazing, strings, whatever. It was just all great and such a saga, you know, it just felt complete. Yeah, I don't know. God forbid a white boy can't articulate why he likes one battle after another. It's just a great film.
I mean, hey, we did a whole episode on it. Everyone can go listen.
Yeah, wasn't the best episode, but
And to follow up the week after.
But yeah, just PTA continues to be PTA and just fire on all technical cylinders and create a great film experience, a great theater experience. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to rewatching all the long scenes. It's just so entertaining. So yeah, one battle after another, one masterpiece after another.
That's right. No, it's a great film. It is. I think it is like right now the front runner to win Best Picture. Is the rumblings I've been hearing. But who knows? I think that conversation changes all the time in the lead up. But it's got a strong standing right now for sure. All right, let's get to my number 1. And the fact that I just made that comment reveals that one battle after another is not my number 1. But my number 1 is in fact Ari Aster's Eddington.
Let's go.
This is my first Ari Aster film. Pretty surprisingly. And it was just, so I watched it this week and I feel like I still I don't fully understand it yet. Which is kind of what made me hesitant to make it my number 1. I don't know, I just feel like I should thoroughly understand a film if it's my number 1. But if I'm being honest, it was just the most consistently I was engaged by a film this year. I echo everything Fitzy said in terms of the performances. That the Wacky Phoenix was so good in this movie. He can be kind of hit or miss for me, but he hit for sure. And he really, he really was the main character of this thing at the end of the day, and a great supporting cast as well. But as that lead character in that very interesting role he had, it was very entertaining. And I love the comment of it being the first 2020 Western, because that really is what it was. I fully buy that. Man, it's got some very memorable sequences. The whole endings, like the climactic ending sequence, is pretty awesome. And I'm just laughing thinking about it now. And I love everything in terms of like playing with the modern culture of COVID and social media and US politics and how it leads to all these different political and, you know, personal dynamics getting messed up and conspiracy theories and activism and the way it plays with all these different ideas and boils it all down to, at the end of the day, just these characters making choices for themselves. I found very, very interesting. It doesn't feel like it gets bogged down in like social commentary or anything. There's definitely stuff to read into 100%, but at the end of the day, it's like that is all there to serve like the characters and the very at times questionable choices they make. And it's great to see how it plays out. I feel like the film is this kind of a half-baked idea I've been playing with this week, but I feel like the film's kind of about, I don't know, this kind of push and pull between like performative action and genuine raw action and genuine raw emotion. And it's kind of hard to get into without spoilers, but there's just so many examples in the film of people being fake as fuck for social media, for trying to impress other people, for something that benefits them in some way, personal gain. And it comes across as so shallow, but I think that's definitely where some commentary lies. And then when it all breaks down and falls apart, what you end up with is just people making some pretty horrible choices, some pretty selfish choices. And I think there's some interesting thought there about the culture and about how other people talk about other people. Yeah, there's definitely some very interesting things going on. That's only one angle of it as well. There's like, you know, all other kinds of fucking larger, you know, socioeconomic things involved as well, for sure. But very deep film, but also just very much like, if you don't want to, you know, if you're not very politically minded in that way, or if you don't care too much about that stuff, you can also very much just watch it as like Fitzy said, like as a Western with iPhones or whatever. Like you'd very much just watch it like that as well. So yeah, I was surprised. I surprised myself when I ordered this, but Eddington is my number one, and it gets 5 points from me. Damn.
Yeah.
I had a feeling it was going to shape up that way.
You were right. Analyst Jaden never gets it wrong.
Yeah, and the projections in my head. Oh yeah, do I give the top 3 now, or do I?
Please do. Yes,
Right.
break it down for us.
Coming at number 3, which I almost feel like deserves higher, just because you got 3 of us agreeing. It's pretty rare. Is Black Bag, you know,
Yeah.
accruing 6 points. Number 2 is Sinners on 7 from Year 4 and 3, and then number 1 is Eddington from the 4 and 5. It's
yeah.
It's
I like that top
that's
3.
a respectable list. It's pretty good.
I'm glad you could admit that and concede that. I respect
think
you for that.
I think Sinners is a good film, and it ends there.
But now, I appreciate your honesty now, but I just want to point out that last night you were literally using the word bad. I just want that.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the reactionary thing of like it's so overpraised that I feel like I need to overcorrect myself. Like I don't actually think it's bad.
Yeah.
Like it's just
yeah.
You know, I was trying to warn my friend about what he was getting into. You know, it was
it
was a cautionary tale.
I don't know if is Hindle a Sinners guy.
Oh, he definitely is. Yeah.
He might be. Yeah, he might be. All right, excellent. Yeah, we can get into some free flowing honorable mentions. Just take it away, Jane.
Yeah, like I was saying, like this is incredibly like strong. Like I could give out 10 honorable mentions, honestly. But I'll keep it short. You brought up the other one of them already, Black Phone 2. I watched it this week, and I was blown away by it. The first one I liked is like a really solid horror, and like this one's like very much the same thing, but like there is a very good portion of it, of just dream sequences shot in Super 8 and Super 16, and there is just so much texture and warmth in those scenes, and it just looks stunning. I really can't believe like the kind of shift in kind of filmmaking between the two, and like it plays more like a Nightmare on Elm Street than it does a serial killer film, like the way the first one does. So once again, hats off to Scott. Really have made a fan of me. and to the point where he probably is my favorite director. Not favorite. Yeah. He's probably a top 3 bloke. I'd say he's a top 3 bloke.
Top 3 working director. Wow.
Yeah. Just 'cause I feel like I can trust him now. Like it's just
Yeah.
not many people
Yeah.
hold that trust.
2 films in 1 year, bro.
Yeah. Another honorable mention to The Long Walk. No film made me cry more in the past 5 years than The Long Walk.
Yeah.
Very much probably should have been up there, but I was a bit locked in. And also give a shout out to One Battle After Another. It was pretty close to making it, and it was I agree with Liam. Very, very strong film.
Yeah, nice. This was the first year where there was no clear winner to me before I started trying to order my list. Like, my top 5 I liked my top 5 when it was in no particular order. But then when I started ordering them, that was pretty hard. So Eddington number 1 was a struggle. But I didn't have a lot of honorable mentions personally. One Battle After Another for sure. That would probably be my main one. That could have been a number 6, could have been a number 5. Could have just slotted itself in somewhere. Yeah, no, that's really all I have though. Fitzy, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, in general, I had a much weaker year, I think. Only real honorable mentions are like Weapons, which in theaters made me very very anxious. Probably the most anxiety ridden I've been in a theater. So that was a fun experience, and the audience experience was very very cool. A lot of relieved laughing fits in one particular sequence, and yeah, we all had our asses clenched up tightly together. So the whole theater was good. Superman really worked for me. That was fun, good. But yeah, in general, just not as strong this year. I haven't gone around to sentimental value, which I think will be, definitely top 3. And I think there are maybe a few others that have coming out soon, but yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely more to get to. Like, I want to get to The Long Walk for sure. Definitely looking forward to checking that one out, and sentimental value. Yeah.
I don't think I watched a lot of like actual dramas like this year that would like dramas that would typically dominate this kind of top 5 scenario.
Sure.
So like at the same time, like once I do get around to like those kind of like Eddington or Sentimental Value or Die My Love, like I wonder if this will change. But
oh yeah. Die My Love's another one. That's true. All right. Excellent. Now it's time to move to our top 3 TV series of 2025. As usual, the only rule is that the show must have had a season that released in 2025. All right. Back to the top, but this time with number 3, Jaden.
Yeah, I've hardly watched any TV this year. I've started a few things, but I haven't finished it quite a lot. So there's not really a whole lot I have to play with. In fact, I have 4 shows I have to play with.
You don't have to say that yet. You could like make people really believe in your list, and then you know what I mean.
Number 3 for me is going to be season 17 of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Definitely not the strongest season, but like it does feel like the show is finding itself again after losing its way. It probably lost its way about probably season 13, 14. And it feels like it's about like since then it's been trying to find its way back in. And I think this is another season where there are some really strong kind of highs, and then there's like a little bit of like quite a few middling episodes. But overall decent season. Yeah.
I want to say that's like the 4th time Always Sunny has made it to a Cinema Effect top 3.
I think, season 16, I reckon probably made it, and season 15, I don't know. Was that, what year was that?
But I feel like it made it. Yeah. not entirely sure. All right. Fitzy.
My 3rd is The Rehearsal, season 2. Yeah, thoroughly meta show. Very postmodern show. Nathan Fielder just does some crazy interesting stuff this season. Just like around the theme of performance, I guess is the main kind of theme. He just kind of tackles it from every angle and just constantly elevates elevates a real kind of scenario and surprises, and yeah, it's just awesome. Just awesome. So yeah, I don't know. It's just constantly like real people in strange circumstances, and he always is able to bring out the kind of strangeness in people just by like, being kind of a blank wall, just reflecting them. So yeah, he's a great, like, that's what he's like the best at, I guess, just like bringing the real person out in his subjects and just manipulating people and making it about something. So yeah, he's great. The show is great. Yeah.
Very good. I need to get to this one. I always say that. I just need to get past the first episode, which gave me anxiety. Okay. My number 3 goes to Task. This show was great drama. I love great drama. And it was pretty much as simple as that. I like a lot of other things about the show too. Great performances, great breakout performances from my point of view, including from the guy whose name I always forget, but the guy who plays Robbie. Just an outstanding performance. Outstanding performance from Fabian Frankel, who, when he turned up, I'm like, it's the House of the Dragon guy. Why has he got an American accent? And then by like episode 6, I'm like, this guy fucking rocks. So, and his story was awesome. So, characters I was absolutely invested in for sure. Emilia Jones awesome in it as well. I don't even need to credit Mark Ruffalo. You guys know. Although I feel like Mark Ruffalo is growing on me overall. Like I've always liked him, but like more recently, I'm like, dude, this guy's actually like outstanding. Low key, but man, great setting for a show. I love the whole like Philadelphia, like the woods, the greenery, the kind of like out of town sort of vibe going on, and the FBI running around trying to catch these people, and the whole these intersecting storylines. Just great stuff. Great television, and I would easily recommend it to everyone. So that is why Task is number 3 for me. Okay. 1 point there. Now we got to get to our 2
I'm actually
points.
quite curious because like I know you've seen a lot of TV this year, and I know you've seen like a lot of TV that you like. So I'm very curious about how the rest of yours shapes up.
I appreciate you saying that. It was a tough list. It really was.
Okay. Number 2 for me is The Last of Us season 2.
Oh hell yeah! Let's go.
It was a decent season of television. I liked the same things that I liked from the first season, but then there's like quite a lot of changes from the game that I didn't like around this time around. Some of may which come up later again. But I mean, like overall, it's it was good. It was good enough. Still have issues with an actor in it. I still have issues with some stuff, but yeah.
That was the most sad number 2 I've ever heard, but I'm so happy with it nonetheless. I'm so pleased that it gets number 2 and scores 2 points.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Shows you my ear.
That's very good. I'm glad you admitted it was good. That's the other most satisfying part.
Dude, I gave it a 6. Of course it's good.
Yeah, I know, but the episode, the life of it was the whole thing that you were just talking about earlier, where you feel like you need to really go against the grain on something when the positivity comes in.
Yeah.
So that's what that episode was. It was fun. Okay. Fitzy, number 2.
My number 2 is from a show I watched all of pretty recently. But it's season 3 of Smiling Friends.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know, just an extremely funny show. What kind of got me into the show was watching like YouTube clips of the Brazil episode where like they get to like the airport, all the characters that are in the Smiling Friends, it's like 4 people. well, they're not really, yeah, 4 like of the animated characters. And they realize they haven't booked a hotel. So they're just talking about and like arguing with each other, like what they're gonna do now. And there's this like passive aggressiveness between them, and it's just really funny seeing like these, kind of ridiculously differently proportioned animated characters just having this really realistic dialogue. And you have those kind of scenes mixed with just like real absurd shit. So it's like at any moment the absurdity can break out, but then you have this constant kind of realistic banter, which is always kind of funny seeing it come out of these characters' mouths. So I don't know. Yeah, the series just really strikes that balance, and I think it's like it's a hybrid basically between like the two creators' styles. Like one really likes the realistic shit, and the other is like really leans into the absurd stuff. So it's a good kind of creative duo going on there. But a lot of funny voices, a lot of hilarious just voice acting throughout the series, and constantly creative and different stories. So yeah, very, very funny show. Or number 2.
Wow. Wait, are they not people? What are they?
I don't think they're people.
Because there are people in the show, isn't there?
Yeah, well, I guess Mr. Boss is like a person, like loosely. But I mean, like Pim is like this little pink guy, and then Charlie's like this this yellow like guy who's like they look a lot different basically. And then Alan's like this lanky red guy, and then Gleb is like this little green guy with this like he kind of just has a nose and a mouth. And then there are like witches and aliens and moles, speaking moles and rats and animals and yeah, everything. So
Everything under the sun.
but yeah, you should check it out.
Is there seriously a prayer that I would like this show?
Seriously, a prayer?
Is there a chance I'd like it?
Is there seriously a prayer? Let me think. You should look at you should watch the Brazil episode just to see see if that's up your alley, because I think the funniest parts of the show are when they're just like arguing in a very natural way. And I think you'd be more into that than the like absurd kind of shit that happens.
Okay.
From what I know of your comedic tastes.
Okay. I'm sure you know them pretty well.
And the guy Pim is like an Australian guy, so that's also a big appeal as well, seeing the Australian accent throughout the show. And he voices other characters, and you can kind of hear it sometimes. So that's funny and cool. So yeah,
Nice. I hadn't heard of this show until last night.
Oh, really?
no,
Right, just go on Instagram Reels.
That's why I've heard of it.
Yeah.
All right. My number 2, man, it's The Pit. Like in any other year, this could have been number 1 for sure. But what an outstanding show, man! Can you believe season 2 is like 2 weeks away? Get hyped. Man, what a journey, what an adventure is watching 15 episodes of The Pit. It's a real-time, stressful roller coaster of an experience, but one that is, well-rounded nonetheless, and basically allows you to feel every emotion that exists within those 15 hours. Can you imagine binging all 15 hours in one go and like living the shift? You know?
Wait, is it 15 episodes?
Yes.
Ah, fuck.
It's so good. I think what I said during highlights when I brought it up, like that stuck with me as being true, and that's just that everything this show attempts works, like fully. There's nothing in this show that they went for where it's like, don't know about that. Everything, every performance, every tonal element, and when they're juggling so many different scenes, so many different sort of subplots at once, bouncing back and forth with such energy in an episode, it just has such an energy about it in the edit, and obviously in the scripts, and bouncing back and forth between every single little thing that's going on, especially when you have no idea what they're talking about in terms of like all the medical jargon of it. You have no idea what they're talking about, like almost ever, but you feel it. You feel every bit of it, and the way they're able to convey that through the emotion of it, through, you know, the obvious stakes of what they're doing, you know, saving lives on the front lines, as it were. Yeah, just a great show. Couldn't really say enough positive things about it. Noah Hawley winning Best Actor, super well deserved. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing what the whole returning cast does again in season 2, for sure. I'm very excited for it. Although I probably will dislike, if it's going to be another 15 and they're coming out weekly, I'm definitely going to have to wait. I can't wait. I can't do one a week at the pit. My God, I'm going to kill myself waiting. So, but I'm excited anyway. That's my number 2. All right. Number 1, Jaden.
Number 1 for me is the only show I genuinely liked this year. That's Andor. It just stands so clear above the other 3 shows. You know, we spoke about this for like 2.5 hours, so I won't go on about it.
Great episode, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, just incredible stuff. Incredible Star Wars. Yeah. I'm curious to see how this list will change, but yeah, Andor stands tall above the other 2.
You don't seem very pleased, but I feel like Andor, regardless of what else you end up watching, could very much stay in that spot.
Oh yeah, no, I think Andor will stay for sure. But like, I look at things that I did write down, you know, 4 weeks ago, and I'm like, damn, there's some good products here.
Yeah,
I probably should have watched.
That's all right. No, hey, if it means that Andor got a spot and got some points, that's fine by me, for sure. And I really did like our episode on it. I'd recommend people check it out. Mainly just because we all sat down and talked about Star Wars for 2 hours and 20 minutes, and that's like the only way in which Leah would ever do that. All right.
Sure. My number 1 is The Pit. Yeah. Everything Zach said. It's just so peak, man. It's just so good. Every subplot is like the most interesting subplot. You're like,
Yep.
It constantly just gets better, and it's yeah. I mean, the real miracle is just how it balances, like all the different things it tackles, the controversial issues, the beef between different doctors and students, and the personal conflicts of like of the doctors and between the patient and the doctors, and it's just like, I don't know, it's such controlled chaos.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the fact that it makes you squeamish as well is good, I think, because like there's just so few shows that can kind of affect you in that way today. Like viscerally, I guess. And The Pit is one of the few shows that does kind of, you know, punch through that kind of gap. So really engages all of your senses. So yeah, The Pit. Peak television.
Agreed. Those are fair warnings. Don't watch The Pit if you're squeamish, and don't watch The Pit if you just want some light TV at the end of the night. You know, wouldn't recommend in those 2 instances. If you think you're going to turn on The Good Doctor or some shit, think again. All right, it's called The Pit for a reason. I mean, for multiple reasons, but you know. All right. My number 1 is Adolescence. It's kind of a no-brainer choice for me, to be honest, and it's kind of a no-brainer. It's just like, I kind of almost didn't want it to be my number 1 because I was like, oh, it's only 4 episodes. Oh, it's so obvious. It won everything anyway. You know, I was just kind of trying to make excuses why I shouldn't put it there. But it's the best thing. It's the best thing I watched this year. It's as simple as that. It's the show that made me rethink and go on this weird rant on the show about acting, which I still think about all the time when I'm watching anything. I still think about, man, these actors are so good. And like, but it all like came from this weird, like, I don't know, almost like hallucinogen moment I had fucking watching Adolescence and having this epiphany about acting while I was watching that show. Because some of the acting on display is outstanding. And I don't know. There's nothing else that needs to be said about it. It's just outstanding. If you watch it and don't think it's outstanding, then I just don't know how to. Like, there's no convincing that needs to be done by me. You know what I mean? It's just, it's outstanding work on every technical field, and you know that's one thing. But for it to all feel and land emotionally as well, to pack that punch in that final episode was It hit for sure. It left me reeling for a few minutes after for sure. So yeah, and that's huge props, of course, to the actors, and the idea of them all being one take. I know. I kind of look. I love a oneer. I really do.
Well, clearly, you fucking went on about Sinners.
I know. I love oneers. I really do. I know. There's something. I also feel like you can fall into the trap of, well, do you know they shot this whole, every episode is one shot, and just say that over and over again, like, and just because it's it's like a thing to like just put out there of how good it is. But yeah, it's deserved. It's true. It's like you watch one of those takes, one of those episodes, and it's just like, I'm just baffled of like, who thought of this? Who thought this was a good idea? Because it's so impressive that I'm just like, I feel like someone would have had to have shot this down way earlier before it became a thing. But it was a thing, and it was crazy impressive to watch. That school episode, I mean, all of them, but in particular that school episode really sticks out to me because it's such a wide-ranging geographical experience as you go through it, and then the ending of it as well. Anyway, Adolescence #1 for me. So yeah, what does that mean? Did any of us double up on anything?
The Pit.
Oh, so the Pit wins.
Yeah. And then,
all right.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter about second, but yeah.
And then what would it be? Andor and Adolescence tied second. Yeah. Okay. All right. No, that's fine. Hey, that's not bad. I like that as a top 3 though. Just take it like that at face value. I assume you don't want to shout out the 4th show you watched, Jaden?
Nah. You guys can go ahead
there. Yeah, I mean, sort of like you alluded to, this might be one of the strongest TV years I've ever had, and it was insane. I could have done a top 5. And my honourable mentions would be to, of course, The White Lotus. Absolutely, they could have fought for number 3. Fitzy just remembered it came out this year and was going to put it on his list. And so this is why, guys, you got to use serialized. So it's the same as looking at Letterboxd. Don't forget shit. And then, of course, The Studio would be my other honourable mention for just being absolutely hilarious. And still highly recommended, yes? Yeah?
But because you did this 3 years ago where there was just no mention for Andor, and then you rewatched it and you changed your mind. And then now again.
Andor's great. I love it.
Okay.
It'd be like number 5 maybe? Or number 5 or 6, I reckon.
You reckon?
Well, yeah, I guess with those two honorable, it'd be number 6.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I
probably
think you said the
White
same
Lotus
thing in 2022.
Yeah. No, yeah, that is true. I definitely like season 1 more now than I did then. But I'd probably go White Lotus number 4, Studio number 5, and number 6. There you go. I just made a top 6 for everyone. Fizzy, do you have anything? Sorry.
Yeah, I have a lot of honorable mentions.
Hell yeah.
Adolescence. Yeah, Adolescence is an honorable mention. Probably lower down, but definitely some very strong episodes. 3 and 4, I think, are awesome.
God, 3 is so good. Oh my god.
Yeah, 3 is amazing. The White Lotus, which I did forget about. Black Rabbit. I gave Black Rabbit a 9, Zach. Black Rabbit was fantastic.
I thought it'd be on your top 3, and like I almost didn't bother like even thinking about it because I knew Fitzy will cover that.
Yeah, it's like almost equal third with the rehearsal. I think just the rehearsal has a bit more strength to it because it's just like it's gonna keep going, and it's I don't know, it just has the extra kind of season attached to it, and it's just a bit of a bigger project, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the Chair Company, another Tim Robinson thing, very funny. Also like a very like modern kind of commentary, like Eddington, you know, a lot of iPhones in this show. And then
Someone who doesn't like iPhones in real life, in terms of like, you know, obsession with smartphones, like I love seeing them in movies for some reason. I just like it just makes things feel more interesting when smartphones come out.
Oh, Andor, obviously loved season 2 of Andor. Yeah, it was just what was the fucking planet called? Gorman. Everything around Gorman and Cyril was just amazing. It was sick. The disillusionment, you know, it was so powerful. But it was just such a strong season. Especially after the first one just topped it. So it was great. Star Wars, great stuff. And then I'm also watching I Love LA. That's not done yet. That is also a pretty entertaining show. So
Good.
I agree with Zach. Very strong year for shows for me. Last of Us season 2 was pretty forgettable. But everything else.
He says Betty's number 2.
Defending your number 2. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to attack him.
No, I was saying it was not good.
He was giving it a thumbs down at Betty's number 2. That's hilarious.
But yeah, strong year for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Right.
Is Black Rabbit the Ethan Hawke one? Is that?
Oh God, no. No, what's that show called? I forget what that one's called.
What's
No,
Ethan
Black
Hawke
Rabbit's the Jude
That's,
Law and Jason Bateman one.
Jason Bateman.
Oh,
What's the Ethan Hawke one? Yeah, I have seen that around.
I thought Liam watched
Disney?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Disney. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember what it's called.
I
my
just thought
friend
that
told
was-
me it was really bad. I don't know. I
really?
forgot what it was.
I just thought that was Black Rabbit when you was talking about it because I couldn't think of anything else.
No. It's
Right.
it's the New York restaurant one we talked about.
Oh, yeah, right. I think I do remember saying that.
Yeah. All right. As always, now we hand the show over to you with our question of the show. Last week we asked you, what have been your favourite movies and TV shows released in 2025? Dr. Luke submitted his top 10, which I can quickly go through. He submitted a top 10. I mean, I guess we only do a top 5, so I'll do his top 5. Top 5, Dr. Luke, is Train Dreams at number 5, Thunderbolts at number 4, Sinners at number 3, hell yeah, Blue Moon at number 2, and Superman at number 1. No surprise there. Train Dreams pretty high there for Luke. That's good. Strong showing there for that. Thunderbolts, that was another one I didn't necessarily think it was going to make my list, but I definitely still want to watch it. I want to check it out. So there you go. Thank you, Luke. And he says, best TV shows for me were The Pit, The Last of Us because of Dina, Andor because of Ben Mendelsohn, and Daredevil Born Again, which that must have been early this year, right? That feels like...
I don't remember when it came out, no.
That feels like a lifetime ago to me, but I don't know. Also, Peacemaker Season 2. Yeah, nice. We started that, but still going. Very good. Andy Lau said, my favourite films of 2025 are in the form of a top 10. It's completely a rough draft since there's so many upcoming films for Oscars season. Wait, so then Andy's written his top 10, but he started with number 1? Am I getting the order right? So if I go to number 5 and go back to 1, is that the right order? This is kind of confusing. Wait, I think... Yeah, no, but based on the choices, I feel like that is right. So I'm going to go...
I'm going to 10, so I think that's...
Yeah, absolutely. That's true. All right, so I'll do that. I'll go with Andy. I'm just going to go... No, fuck it. I'll do the whole thing. I'll do the. Andy wrote in it. He wrote in only one sentence for each, which I think is good. So I'll treat that. And he said, number 10 is Mickey 17. Danny Ruffalo gracing us with a perfect start to 2025 in a villainous role. And Bong Joon-ho's greatest asset was Robert Pattinson. I did not know Ruffalo was a villain in that. Ups my interest right there. Romeria, number 9, Carla Simon, the only female filmmaker I got in this list, but I loved it as it's a personal
Carla
project
Simon,
of hers.
because she's Spanish.
Carla Simon? That's nice. I like that. It's a personal project of hers that yearns for her real-life deceased parents in the form of cinema. Wow. Begonia, Yorgos's least marketed film for some reason, but might be your guy's favourite out of his collaborations with Emma Stone. Didn't take yous to Yarraville this time. I kind of wish he did, Andy, to be honest. But that's okay. No judgment there. Number 7, Splitsville. Screwball comedy in a modern setting that actually doesn't feel outdated. And a sharp screenplay and insight with modern infidelity that knows how to take a funny stab at the idea. Saw with Jaden. Excellent. The Phoenician Scheme at number 6, late style Wes Anderson shooting more projects later in his career like Francois Truffaut? Fuck. Like he did, but making sure one is remarkable as the previous. Saw with you guys except Zach. Wow. Black Bag, number 5, an effortless 90-minute effort from Jack of all trades filmmaker Soderbergh. Agreed. Number 4, One Battle After Another. I recorded this for Cinema Effect and the first PTA I've ever discussed with you guys. Saw this one with all you guys except Jaden. Number 3, The Running Man. Not so much the witty film that everyone wanted to remember the filmmaker for, but it's an action flick with constant stakes and thrills in the way of the ever-so-kinetic Edgar Wright. Saw with Jaden. Very good. Number 2.
I like these little additions.
He's logging it. He's logging it for the record of how it's all involved in our friendship lore. I like that. Number 2, Jay Kelly. The most ideal late-style Noel Baumbach film, which had a particular charm that reminded me of Francois Truffaut's Day for Night and Fellini's 8.5. And this is huge. Number 1, Blue Moon. Ethan Hawke's best performance ever, and Linklater's continuous magical touch for films set in one night. Saw with Dr. Luke. Damn, Andy and Luke out here watch one of the best films of the year, and I felt super left out. Man, that's sad, but a huge punctuating point there. Thank you, Andy. Very good list. And I appreciate Andy, by the way. He doesn't like ranking and rating things these days, so he's made an exception for us. I appreciate that.
And usually he waits until Oscar season, so this is really special.
He's gone way out of his way here for us. Julie said, some great series were Adolescence, Black Rabbit, and The Beast in Me. I struggled with picking a favourite film, though. It wasn't like an Oppenheimer type of year. I definitely agree with that. But good shout-outs. The Beast in Me hasn't come up yet. I don't know what that is. I think I've seen it on the homepage.
Yeah, I think it's a Claire Danes thing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
A thriller.
I might end up checking it out. Okay. Excellent. Dr. Leanne said, while I could name a few more, my top 10 picks for shows in 2025 were Adolescence, The Beast in Me, there it is again, Black Rabbit, The Diplomat, Department Q, Toxic Town, Zero Day, Ripple, Untamed. That's the Eric Bana one. Sirens, and Have a Wonderful. Oh no. Leanne said, "Have a wonderful Christmas and New Year break," and I was going to say that like it's the 10th film. Thank you. All the best wishes to you and your viewers for 2026. Thank you very much, Leanne. The same to you and yours as well. The viewers and listeners, I hope will appreciate the message as well, for sure. Okay. Fitzy, please take over so I can have some water.
We had a few responses on Instagram. Donna says The Pit. Kevin, The Outsider, which is also a Stephen King adaptation. Ben
Didn't they
Mendelsohn.
come out in 2019?
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't? Oh, well, maybe you just thought.
He did this last year,
Watch
for sure.
Oh, okay.
I think that's happened before. That's fine. I want to watch that. I do.
Paul said Wicked too. So.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, which
Wicked.
Paul's that?
Paul Mac, the Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
And
Damn,
then
no judgment.
Jake, we got his top 3 shows: The Studio, Poker Face Season 2, and The Rehearsal Season 2. There you go. Jake knows true TV right there.
He's got good taste.
Yeah. Wonder where he gets it from.
Excellent.
Yeah. Some responses. Some responses.
Well, you don't sound that impressed with the responses.
No, I mean some good responses, some responses. Yeah, so it's good. Got a mix.
Wow, excellent. All right, thank you everyone for writing in. We appreciate it. I feel like I don't know. There's always I like when there's a few last minute ones thrown in that I wasn't really aware of or something. You know, maybe I'll watch The Beast in Me now and think it's amazing. I don't know. Now it's time to look back at the year with our Cinema Effect 2025 award categories. We have a variety of individual awards to give out for everything we've reviewed this year, as well as a few others celebrating just the podcast itself in 2025. Okay, man, I'm very interested about this one. Let's get right into the topic we always start with, and that is, of course, best and worst performance of the movies we reviewed in 2025. Jaden, please kick us off, sir.
Best performance, bit tough. I went with a bloke and a chick. I was 2 blokes actually, just to give a bit of a shout out. I'm not gonna lie. No, I'll stick with one bloke. I'll be honest.
I feel like it's fine if you make your choice, and then you can still give a shout out.
Right.
So like
okay.
You make your definitive. That is your actual best performance, though.
All right. I think my best performance is Robert Sean Leonard in Dead Poets Society as Neil. Neil?
Oh wow!
Neil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's just so much in his eyes there, and it is just incredible. Because it was once again something that took me off guard because I wasn't expecting it. I thought Ethan Hawke would be, our heart and our kind of our more dynamic lead, but I think he took it away really. Speaking about eyes, Andrew Garfield and Boyo.
Yeah.
And then also give it to Emily Browning as well, as I thought she was great in One More Shot.
Yeah, nice.
In the time with comedy. But yeah, no. Robert is probably the number one.
Hell yeah. All right. And worst performance?
Worst performance goes to Charlie Sheen in Platoon. Bro's just lost and doesn't know what he's doing. And if you look at any other person, I mean, in that movie alone, which is saying something, because like the whole movie is poor, but like if you're comparing to anyone else in the film, if you compare him to his father in Apocalypse Now, especially, and like just anyone in Apocalypse Now, if you compare Charlie Sheen to anyone in any other Vietnam War film, Sheen's just arsehole. Yeah.
Wow. I should have seen it coming. I really should have.
I
shouldn't be so shocked. I know.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. There it is. Hopefully, yeah, we all know how Jaden felt about Platoon. Fitzy.
Yeah, my best was Andrew Garfield in Boy A. Very just memorable, vulnerable performance. So yeah, excellent job, Andrew. Worst, I somehow I don't know what happened, but I didn't write anything here, so I'm like coming up with this on the spot. I mean, there were some bad performances in Megalopolis, but that was just kind of the film, So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give my most mid performance award. Okay. Which was Damson
alright.
Idris in F1 as Joshua Pierce.
Oh.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
That's pretty harsh.
Yeah. I mean, is it though? He was just kind of there, to be honest. He didn't do much at all.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, and I think like in general, we watched a lot of good films this year, and it was pretty strong.
I think we
so
did.
Yeah.
It was hard to give like a
Definitely.
worse performance.
Yeah, it was. It was, except for Charlie.
So
All right. I told you all to clip it. I told it. I said it how it is, and I always say it how it is. And that is, of course, that the best performance of the year was F. Murray Abraham as Salieri in Amadeus, because it's one of the best performances I've ever seen in my life. And it was pretty easy. I mean, best performance is always like one of the toughest ones to choose because we, as you said, we watched a lot of great films this year. Watched a lot of great films every year. Love great acting. Always great acting, no doubt. And there's probably like 10 other options I could have chosen. But this was definitely the winner for me.
Yeah.
Man, in his own words, miraculous, marvelous. I just think about that scene where he switches from his total like bullshit, like funny, the way he's like lying to characters and the way he switches to being so sincere in like 3 seconds. And it just creates such a holistic, believable person in the past setting. And then you go to the future setting with him narrating everything. And he's just like this fucking larger than life character. The way he emotes with his crazy ass makeup and he's like the way the music, I love it. Outstanding performance, just mesmerizing stuff. And I don't disagree with your comment, Liam, about worst performances in Megalopolis, but I've sat with Megalopolis longer now. I think the episode played at the time more like I think we all were a bit, but I definitely was like trying to understand Megalopolis and trying to see the better in it and like, giving it the benefit of the doubt basically the whole time. And I think parts of that are still valid. In the performances, not so much anymore. I've kind of moved on from that. And that's why I'll give worst performance to Adam Driver and Megalopolis. I don't mind. There are scenes where he's bad. There are scenes where he's bad. And he's just like emoting and shouting and shit. And it's like, bro, this is not a good performance.
F. Murray for emoting.
Yeah, but it's not all about it. Universally, emoting is great or bad. No, yeah, but I'll say it. He was bad. I'm sorry. That's it. I feel a bit bad saying I do like Adam, but I don't know. In this particular picture, the vision, what he was asked to do, it didn't work. It didn't work. It was kind of weird. It was definitely weird. All right. Let's move on to best score.
Best score was a tough one. A lot of strong shit this year. But,
Definitely.
In the episode that we just did 2 weeks ago, I said, I try and dance around it. Why do I bother? It is great. It is one of the best scores. It is the best score of the year. And that is Hans in Interstellar. Incredible. Just actually genuinely incredible stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge. Absolutely. Fitzy.
Yeah, nah, same. Hans Zimmer, Interstellar, amazing. So, yeah.
It doesn't really require much explanation. Anyone who listens to the score, watches the film, you just know. It really is one of the best film scores of all time, and the way in which it works with the film is outstanding. I didn't choose it, though. That's all true. But I gave best score to Lorne Balfe once again and his work on Mission Impossible Fallout because that score is absolutely fucking outstanding. It slaps like hell.
Yeah.
Dude, you're watching that movie and it just brings a whole different excitement and energy to it with the most incredible. The way it punctuates those action pieces is outstanding. He like, this man didn't have to try that hard. You know what I mean? It's like, did anyone tell him that it's okay, Lorne? You can just do a little bit less on this one. He was like, nah. I'm going to do way more. And it was so good. The exchange is an all-timer. The fucking piano when he's running around London. The finale, the da-da-da-da-da. It's like, dude, what, fucking booming. Oh my God. So yeah, that's my best score. Best cinematography.
This one was actually a bit of a difficult one for me. I had a couple things open in mind, but where I ended up with was Conclave. Back to the very start of the year. Just because I feel like it had the ability to like produce beautiful images, but also like within those images, they continue to tell a story, with Wraith's isolation and then just kind of, the play of colors and then the march of the fucking Cardinals. Like, Like, I think there's a lot of beautiful films we should watch this year, and Conclave is definitely one of them. But I think, from what I do recall, I think it did the most work outside of being just an image as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Very good. I'm glad Conclave got a shout. I didn't know if it would, but I'm happy about that.
Mine goes to Amadeus. Yeah. I don't know. It just really captures, what we haven't seen. Really captures Vienna, in this time period, and it's just really, the whole classical vibe just really pulls off all the cool opera houses and the royalty and just the nice architecture, and everything is just very well captured and looks great. And yeah, the like darker, whenever it shows like Cellular darkness as well, and like the kind of dark lighting that kind of surrounds Mozart near the end of the film. That's really spectacular imagery as well. So yeah, just some great cinematography from Milos. Or whoever did that cinematography, not sure, but yeah, good stuff.
No complaints here. But my cinematography award goes to Perfect Days. What a beautiful film. Probably the most, I mean, I did really like the story as well, but I feel like the whole sort of low-key, slow-living vibe of it really was elevated by the cinematography. I feel like if that film didn't have a strong cinematography, the film wouldn't have worked as well. Like, it really did. I mean, it's always a component, an important component, obviously, but it definitely felt especially so in this case. And just walking around and getting, I don't know, just getting that sort of very first person sort of, I love those shots of like looking up at the trees, and it's very beautiful. Those are the first things I think of this, those him like on his lunch break, and the beautiful toilets that I didn't get to see in Tokyo. But
I
then
was
of
about
course,
to ask, did you get to see any of them?
I didn't get to see any of them.
No.
I don't know. I don't even know if it was on my, did I even think of it? Probably. I think I was too preoccupied, to be honest, with like other shit, which is fair enough. But yeah, I just think about that, and obviously the fact we went to Japan right after, and then just like the way it captured it was special. I really, really thought it was great. So yeah, that's my answer. Next up, sort of hand in hand, but of course a different award, is Best Shot.
I think did you intro that the exact same last year?
I re-listened to last year. I don't think so.
No, because like that was like I did listen to that part because I was trying to find like what I said. I don't know. There's just like deja vu there.
I didn't do it on purpose. Maybe it's same brain repeats.
Yeah.
Like in the same situation repeats the same transition.
My best shot goes to Take Your Pick from Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's I don't know. Like genuinely take your pick. I don't know.
But see, the thing is, Jane, you got to take your pick. Otherwise, it should have just won cinematography.
Yeah, but like that, it could have. Like that was one of the other ones that was in the conversation. Because like in my best shot, I also have like Conclave as like my alternative, because like I think of the one in like the theater, obviously with the light down on.
Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe if like that one comes to me, maybe that should be the best pick. But I don't know, Romeo and Juliet. I'll go with the neon crosses in the cathedral at the end.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's stunning stuff.
That's good. That's a good one.
I will go with Close Encounters of the Third Kind. The shot where the kid opens the door and the orange lighting blasts through from the outside. It's just such a classic, beautiful shot. So yeah, it's like a painting, so yeah, that's mine.
I like you guys. I did this last year too, actually. I like you guys for like picking just kind of, smaller shots in films, just like little, parts that visually stand out to you. And I picked the most epic, grandiose, fucking obvious thing ever. And that is, of course, the Mission Impossible Fallout Halo jump. Because it's one shot. I mean, it's actually 3 shots, but it's stitched together to be one shot in final execution, which I feel like counts as one shot because it is functionally at the end result one shot. Maybe it's debatable. I don't know. But yeah, it's like the most impressive thing the franchise had ever done in the first 20 minutes of the 6th film. It was so cool. Remember when it was all stormy? Oh my God. The lightning? So cool.
I was trying to think like of Final Reckoning. And like the only thing I could think of really was like kind of like the submarine falling. Like I'm pretty sure like there was like pretty stunning shots in Final Reckoning as well, no?
Yeah, there would have been. Yeah. Definitely. If it wasn't so long and I didn't fall asleep. But yeah, no, there definitely would have been. Okay. Next up, we got Best Editing.
Best editing. Best editing for me, hard to define. It kind of goes. I think when I pick best editing, it mainly goes with the pacing thing, of like kind of shot selection and just keeping the story flowing. And for me, that is once again a tie. But I think the one that edges it out is probably One Battle After Another, in just its ability to make that film just feel so brief and just so rapid and just so engaging. Because it is quite lengthy, but it never feels it. And then in terms of just kind of having like a display of just editing, is Romeo and Juliet, the slam zooms and the kind of the once again like the pacing and the kind of shot selection in there, and you kind of just back and forth and like the overlays. I think I picked Baz last year for Grey Gatsby, so I was kind of hesitant to do it again.
Yeah.
But like it's for a similar reason. But yeah, One Battle After Another, probably. Yeah.
Excellent, Fitzy.
Mine goes to One More Shot.
Nice.
Very, yeah, I don't know, like the montages in One More Shot. It's very breezy, very just. I mean, you're playing with, when you're playing with the kind of Groundhog Day concept, you're playing with, I mean, time, essentially different timelines. Well, not really, but like yeah, you're playing with time, and so there's kind of a lot of ways you can kind of manipulate it. And this film did it in a very just digestible and fun manner. So I think that's part of what made the film so breezy and cool. So yeah, One More Shot.
Nice. I love it. Huge shout out. And you liked it the least of us, so I'm glad you shouted it out in particular. It's just another very good film. My best editing goes to Lee Smith's work on Interstellar, because there are sequences in it that only work because of how well edited they are. I think of course, Matthew McConaughey driving off, cut in with the takeoff, the launch, and the emotional impact of them both, and the building tension, the building music while everyone's crying while he's driving off in his ute. Such a great choice. But then the main one, I think the actual most impressive editing has to come when in the third act climax, when like everything's going down on Matt Damon's planet, mixed with everything going down with Jessica Chastain on Earth, and the way that those two completely isolated sort of dramatic moments are happening at the same time, intercut with each other, building on each other, never feeling like, why am I going back to Earth right now when there's this crazy shit happening in space with goddamn Anna Hathaway or whatever. It's just amazing stuff. It really is. And obviously the score's a huge part of that as well, but the way it all works together is very, very impressive. So huge shout out to that. All right. Best director.
Best director, I will give my flowers to Steven Spielberg.
Wow.
Yeah, on Close Encounters.
Well done.
Stevie, you've made a fan of me. I used to talk so much shit, man. I used to talk so much shit.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Sure.
But like every film I watch, you only get better, and then Close Encounters is just really the one that sealed the deal. You're incredible.
Oh my God. Wow. That's talk about a character arc right there. Damn. That's great.
I still will
I
never
mean,
watch Lincoln though. I will never watch Lincoln.
dude, Lincoln's good. I mean, Lincoln's right up my alley though.
Yeah.
Lincoln's right up my. But I mean, I feel like the Fablemans had to. Was that like the start of the redemption journey?
No, because like I've always liked stuff. Like I've always liked Munich and Tintin, Jurassic
Yeah.
Parks and stuff. So, what year was Fablemans? 22, 3?
2023 or
Three?
2?
I feel like it was probably definitely a step there. Sorry, I just realized how much I'm bouncing in the camera because I'm shaking my leg.
No, you're
It was probably definitely a step, but I think it probably started more in like 21, 22 when we started rewatching some of his films on the show.
yeah,
And I will
yeah.
always hate War of the Worlds. But other than that,
Oh well, that's obvious why. Yeah.
yeah,
Why,
that's
dude?
why.
That's funny. That's a good name. It's a 9/11 parable.
Oh
Oh,
Blowing
Oh,
your mind.
man.
But you don't have that.
yeah.
Mine goes to The Butterfly Effect. Director was Eric Bress and Jay Mackie Gruber. Just because I don't know, like I don't think it's any particular element of the like. I don't think any of the technical elements are like amazing in the film, but the film just works on a scene by scene, holistic kind of basis. So I think they deserve Best Director just because you can't really point to much else except maybe the performances as to why that film is so engaging. Yeah, that's my logic there. Yeah.
Nice. Huge shout out to the Butterfly Effect. My best director. I'm taking advantage because this is my chance to do this, and maybe my only chance to do this ever. Maybe, and that's why George Lucas is my best director. Because goddamn, American Graffiti, that ending kind of blew my mind, and it was awesome. I loved it. I mean, it was just such a well directed. The fact he was like 28 or whatever when he directed it. And I don't know, the way in which it just captured that nostalgia, that vision, that dreamlike quality of dreaming about your childhood. And it was like, oh yeah, that's great. And it's like, oh great, that's an entertaining movie with fun characters. Great, whatever, awesome, having fun. And then he came out with that ending, and he fucking just tried to break my emotions, break my perception of time and reality, as it were. It's like, what? So that kind of blew my mind. And I really enjoyed the episode and getting into like the parallels with George's own life and the car crash. It's all very interesting stuff for sure. So huge shout out to George Lucas and American Graffiti. Okay.
No shout for PTA from PTA's number of February.
Oh.
Yeah, I also kind of wanted to give Spielberg for Close Encounters, but like my logic was just that like with those films there's like so many other great elements to them, you know, like the score and one bill after another and the performances and stuff. But like with The Butterfly Effect, it's like what else can I point to other than it just being a good film? It just works because of.
I thought it was all Ashton Kutcher. I thought he did basically.
Yeah, like
he carried the whole
the
thing, nothing else.
performances, maybe, but I just think, you know, the film is like entertaining in its own kind of right, and best director as like directors are kind of what you can point to for that. So
Yeah. No, you're right. Next up, best and worst CG.
It's quite easy both ways for me. Best goes to Interstellar. Worst goes to Harry Potter 1 for the troll.
Oh, okay, all right. Wait, Interstellar, just how seamless it is.
Yeah, just all of Interstellar. Black hole, I don't know, space stuff,
Yeah.
water planet. It's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
And
just
then like
build
the
it out
worst
so
part,
well.
like the single worst thing really is just the Harry Potter troll. I don't really think there was too much else that was really glaringly bad this year. But yeah.
Yeah. No, there wasn't a lot of bad CG this year. That's true. That's why I'm curious what you think.
My best goes to Enemy.
Oh man,
the spiders, the mirroring with Jake. Yeah, you can't really point to much faults in Enemy. in terms of the CG, and especially because it's like a lower budget film, it's impressive.
Yeah.
And I mean, Megalopolis or worse. Come on. This. I mean, I didn't watch Philosopher's Stone this year, but surely the troll has nothing on, the buildings and Megalopolis at like the end.
I didn't
The
really
troll
ever actually
probably
think about it,
was
to be
worse.
honest. I can't really remember too much of the CG in Megalopolis.
Yeah. My best CG goes to Andor because every single dollar was on the screen, and you love to see it. You love Kathleen Kennedy just making sure every dollar was on the screen, man. And I remember sitting there in that theater at Celebration in Japan watching episode 1, and that whole TIE fighter sequence at the start of that episode where, he steals the TIE fighter and then there's the whole chase that ensues. Watching that on the theater, I'm like, dude, this looks just as good as any Star Wars movie ever. Like, there is no distinction in the fact that it's a TV series right now. And I was watching it on the biggest screen. So, huge shout out to that. And Vince is correct. Worst CG is Megalopolis. Because everything when they're on the roof and all the green screen, man, it's lame.
Yeah,
It's real lame.
I think I said this in the episode, but like I kind of see that as part of the film's just direction. Like I don't actually think it's.
Do you remember the trivia where everyone got fired?
No, I don't.
All the art department and everyone that was working on the film got fired late.
Right. Okay.
Like I'm talking specifically about like the latter like building scene where it's like inspired by nature or whatever, and it's like the pod.
Oh yeah.
Pod rooms,
Yeah.
Like that was really bad. Like the roof stuff, I kind of actually liked the kind of aesthetic of that.
Yeah.
Sorry to disagree, but I like later in the film is where the CG really showed its kind of its colors,
Okay.
Because that was just like a bunch of yellow fucking like golden spirals and like in the sky. It wasn't good at all.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. All right, best and worst action sequence.
Best can go to either Paris in Fallout or the entirety of Warfare.
Okay. Look, I actually kind of would.
Would you
I guess
accept
when
Warfare?
when we talk about Warfare, we're kind of talking about like the second half of Warfare, I guess, right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
But sure, like the whole second half of Warfare is yeah.
And
yeah,
if it just flows into each other so well, like it's I don't know.
Yeah, it's one action. Yeah, I think that's okay.
So just as to not glaze the same movie over and over, like it will be Warfare. Worst goes to The Last of Us Part 2 tower defense scene.
Which one?
It's like it's episode 1 or 2 when like all the infected storm the village and they're all like on the roof shooting it. And,
the takeover of Jackson, the defensive. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're yeah. It's like, I've played this before. So, no, you haven't.
You definitely haven't. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
My best goes to the submarine scene in Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Tom Cruise getting sloshed around by a submarine. It's cinema, way more impressive than the fighter.
Oh my god!
Fucking scene. I don't know. It's just so cool. I don't know. It's like it's stunning how it works as an action sequence, but it's just him, diving. It's just entertaining and it's tense. The oxygen. It's always in the back of your mind. The pressure. The way they explain the pressure earlier. And it's just cool cinematography there. Cool photography. And yeah, I really I want to rewatch the film just for that, just to see him get in and out of the submarine. And worst goes to, I don't know if this is really an action scene, but like the heist scene in Mission Impossible 2, where he like at the very start of the film, and like when he gets
yeah.
But like in any other Mission Impossible film, that would be like an action scene, you know. But in this, it's kind of, it's not because of the way it's played, but it's that way because it's like it's not well considered, you know. So I think that's what makes it a bad action sequence. So yeah.
Wait,
Right.
we're not talking about the part on the plane.
I'm talking about I'm talking about like the villa. They're like in a Spanish villa or something, like a Spanish house or whatever.
Oh, the
And
party with Tandy.
Yeah, the party.
Yeah,
he goes
yeah,
and steals something from like
and they're
the
hiding in the bathroom.
bathroom.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so bad. Yeah, okay. Look, I like how your logic is it's a bad action sequence because it should have been an action sequence.
Yeah.
No, it's really bad. Yeah. All right, no, that's fair. That's fair. My best action sequence, I could just say Mission Impossible Fallout and leave it at that. But I have to choose, and I'll choose the finale in Kashmir. The entire thing, the helicopters cutting back and forth between all the other dudes, but mainly just the fucking helicopters. I was in Queenstown where they filmed this a few weeks ago, and it looks like it. I'm like, this is sick as hell.
Oh, did they use
So
the Queenstown Mountains for Kashmir?
Yes.
Oh,
Shot in New Zealand. So hell yeah. Absolutely mesmerizing stuff. I love all the shots of Tom Cruise climbing the rope up to the chopper and like crawling his way up into the chopper. And the fact you can see how clearly real it all is. And there's that one particular part that looks like it's shot on a GoPro in the best way possible. Like you can see it. You can see the goddamn sweat coming off his brow. You know what I mean? It's fantastic. And my worst action sequence goes to How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World and the opening. That is just very dark and foggy for no reason. And it's lame. Lame opening. It's when they're on the boat and they free the dragons.
Oh, yes. No.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah.
the fog. Yeah.
It's just like you can't see anything, and it's like the opening to your movie. And the other films had exciting openings, and it's like this is. I feel like I'm watching a TV show or something. Wasn't into it.
Like Game of Thrones season 8.
Yeah. The cinematographer was like, I can see fine, or whatever he said. It's like, bro. Anyway, best and worst accent.
Best accent goes to Kate Blanchett in How to Train Your Dragon 2.
God, good answer.
Worst accent, Bella Ramsey.
Yeah, of course, we knew it. Damn.
I couldn't really think of any other bad accents. I had another joke answer of E.T. trying to speak English, but touch it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be mean to E.T. Don't dog E.T. That's the second time Bella's won that award for you, so that's
I think so.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is. Huge props to her.
Let's see if she can get 3 for 3.
She probably will.
Yeah.
Oh man, all right, Fitzy.
S goes to Timothy Chalamet for Bob Dylan.
Great answer. I didn't even think of that one. Yeah.
Yeah, my basic answer, but I think he did a great job at the twang. Did that really well. Worst goes to Richard Roxburgh doing a South African accent in a movie set in Australia with an Australian actor doing a set in Australia, like the movie set in Australia. He's doing a South African accent for some reason. It's really weird. I don't know. Yeah,
it's all John Woo's fault.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, very good answers there. My best accent goes to Peter Mullen in Boy A because his Scottish accent is absolutely enthralling stuff. He's got such gravitas. I could listen to that man talk all day. And my worst accent goes to Hannah Waddingham in Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning for her weird-ass American accent. And I don't ever want her to take on this weird, like, Marine... What was she, like an admiral, I guess? Admiral figure ever again. Can you just go back to being nice British lady, please? I don't need this weird military presence from you. It was kind of weird and off-putting. So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I almost gave it to Kerry Condon for the same reason you gave it to Peter Mullen, of just Their voice sounds nice.
Yeah, their voice sounds nice. Yeah, absolutely. Man, the Scottish and the Irish have an advantage. Okay, Best Upcoming Actor Award.
I mean, this one goes to the person that's occupied like 70% of my mind for like the past like 2 months.
I know who it is.
Yeah, do you want to say it for me?
What, you don't want to say it?
Nah, it's Chase Infinity.
Yeah.
She's great. She's fantastic. When is there really any other upcoming actors?
It's a great choice.
No.
Yeah, no, I didn't think of that. That is a great choice. But I went with Sam Nivola in The White Lotus season 3.
Oh
Plays
yeah, good
Lachlan. Yeah, he's truly upcoming. I don't think it's been in much. So not established yet, but very good performance as a kind of shy boy. Yeah, see what happens with him.
one.
Is it kind of up and coming where he could be established in the next few years, or maybe not? He could just vanish, you know? It's like
I think he's got a bit of a like. I just double checked. I knew I definitely had seen him before, and I've seen him in Maestro, and I've seen him in The Perfect Couple, and he was in Bombuck's White Noise, which I haven't seen yet. So he's got a few things under his belt. I feel like momentum might be building. You know, it's not like this. It wasn't like this was his first thing. So,
but he's not Josh O'Connor levels yet.
No, no, not yet. But I feel like it's looking good, trending in the right direction for him. Best upcoming actor or actress for me is well, the Merced heads get me and Luke get out. It's Isabella Merced, of course. The Last of Us. I'm more than happy to just take on Jaden's logic. Like, we might need to change the name of the award. You know what I mean? Maybe to what? I'll leave it up to your imagination. But that's fine. Isabella Merced is my best upcoming actor. I know she was in Dora. Like, wasn't that like 7 years ago?
I mean, she was in Transformers in 2017.
2017
or 19.
Yeah, no, I don't care.
It was
That's fine by me.
Superman.
Best. Well, there you go. That's another. Yeah, she's best upcoming. I definitely
Alien last
thought of
year.
that when I put my answer in.
She's been in like
Obviously,
3 John Green adaptations. I feel like she's been around for a while.
Yeah, the Turtles.
yeah, she's been around for a while. Yeah,
And
yeah,
she was in Let Us Know
But
as
as-
well. And Turtles all the way down.
yeah. She's been in heaps. But as Fitzy pointed out, you know, Superman, Last of Us this year. Any justification I can possibly grab onto is fine by me. I hope Spooky's proud of me for that. But it's it's an answer. I stand by it, 100%. Okay, let's go to the Australian Shout-Out Award.
Australian Shout Out Award. I did it probably this year. I listened to last year's episode just to make sure I won't make the same mistake. Given our slim pickings, my shout out goes to the cast and crew of One More Shot.
Mm.
I mean, Emily Brownie's been around for quite a while. She probably doesn't need a shout, but the rest of them probably can.
Yep, same. I have Aisha D and Ashley Zuckerman from One More Shot.
I knew you'd have Ashley Zuckerman, bro. I knew it.
Well, it's great. It's Nate. He's awesome. So
Yeah.
and as Jaden said, he had a very distinct vibe in this film. It was just
Impeccable vibe.
amazing aura, just incredible. So, yeah.
Best upcoming actor, maybe. Even though he's like 40. I don't know. My Australian Shout-Out Award is pretty boring, but I'll take an excuse to like kind of use it as a way to like give a shout out to a best actress, and that is Cate Blanchett in, of course, Benjamin Button and How to Train Your Dragon. I mean, Cate Blanchett's like got to be top 3 actresses for me. So, she did some great work this year on the show. So,
And outside
totally
of the
agree with
show.
your accent comment. Sorry?
And outside of the show, Black Batman.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, we brought that up.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, Cate Blanchett always deserves a shout for sure. Okay. Worst moment in a movie we reviewed this year?
Worst moment. I could go for the funny one. I could go for the honest one. I could do both. Ah, I mean, I'll
Go
go.
go for yeah. No, sorry, I want to tell you what to do.
No. What do you want?
I want the funny one first.
Funny one. Funny one first is just a clown on my number 2 TV show of the year again.
Yeah.
It's Last of Us. It's when Dinah tells Ellie she's pregnant and they have sex instead of Ellie, like, essentially verbally abusing her, calling her useless. It's just a dumb change, and it just I think it's a really bad change. I know saying it in isolation probably doesn't sound good, but like I take a real issue with that change. From my number 2 TV show of the year.
Wait, how was that the funny one?
Just because I'm clowning on my number 2 TV show of the year.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
But the honest answer probably is like a kind of a modicum of moments in F1. The more like the longer I sat with this movie, like it just the worse it is. It really is not a good representation of the sport. I think at the time I said it was. I don't think it was a good representation. I think it was a good introduction to get people in, but it's like a missed introduction. And like there's just a lot of bad moments, and I think it centers around the female characters. And like I'm not the first one to point this out, but like the 3 female characters in the film, like of them, like Kerry Condon has to sleep with Brad Pitt. The one that works in like as like a mechanic in the team is the only one to make a mistake, and then the other one is Damson Idris's mom, who's just a cheerleader. Like and like it's the worst instance is probably making the one female team member of your mechanic crew be the one that makes a mistake. Like it's just sends the wrong message at the wrong time for like women trying to get into the sport. Like not a good look to have in your fucking $3 billion advertisement or whatever it is when advertising deals are done. But yeah.
Well, mine was F1 for like a totally different kind of reason, I guess. Mine was the worst. That was the confrontation scene between Idris and Brad Pitt. They kind of in the hallway where they kind of have a moment. It just felt like very awkward, contrived drama. At that point in the film, it didn't really work. And that definitely stands out in my mind as kind of the low point in the film. Yeah, I think F1 really only worked for like the action sequences, the flow state sequences. Those were good, but there's definitely a lot of issues with everything kind of surrounding it. So
yeah, that's fair. My worst moment in a movie reviewed was the Romeo and Juliet pool scene that never fucking ended. Oh my god. It just kept going. They just kept climbing up the fucking balcony and climbing back down and walking around and ducking behind a tree or whatever and then jumping back in the pool and then kissing again and said goodbye 5 times. It just never ended. Oh my god. It felt like fucking Chester Bennington singing Put Me Out of My Misery, dude. Watching that scene. So yeah, absolutely the worst moment in a movie reviewed this year.
wow.
I don't know, like I don't disagree with your F1 takes, but to me they were just kind of like, I agree with them, but I don't know, they weren't bad.
I don't know.
These were bad. This was bad.
In a year where we picked like Mission Impossible 2 and like I don't know.
Oh, I could shout something from Mission Impossible 2.
You pick Romeo and Juliet. That just feels. It feels just good.
Yeah, it's a bad scene. But no, dude, I will say this: you brought up Mission Impossible 2. Remember the opening narration from Mission Impossible 2? I could easily have chosen that too. What was it? It was like we search for a hero, and every hero needs a villain, and it's like the fucking terrible like whatever the Chimera, was that what it was called? Something like that. Oh my god, it's so bad. So bad. Jesus. Such bad writing. Okay. Best Picture. Favorite movie we reviewed this year.
Best Picture. Gave it a few tens this year on the show. But has to go to Close Encounters of the Third Kind from Steven Spielberg. Yeah. I mean, it completed my arc. But like
Yep.
even once I was on my arc, I just don't think I knew that he could make movies like this. Like even like with the stuff I liked, I was like they never quite were, as kind of intrinsically, designed in this way for me.
Mm.
Incredible stuff. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah, mine would just be one battle after another. So
Oh
yeah.
wow. Okay.
I actually had something
Damn, double
different
up.
written here, but I don't know why I wrote that because definitely prefer one battle after another.
What would you? Can I guess what you would have written?
No, I'll never tell.
Perfect days.
Oh man. My best picture award goes to Interstellar. Bit of a no-brainer answer. It's one of the great films, but I will say that it actually. I thought about this. It would have been Amadeus if I had watched the director's cut. I realized that the director's cut is better, and I think it could definitely be Interstellar. I love them both. It could beat Interstellar. But unfortunately, I got stuck with theatrical and like 20 minutes of interesting scenes missed. So there you go.
Do you know we're in the minority of thinking that the director's cut's better?
I know. No. We talked about that on the
did we?
episode
Oh,
too.
okay,
It's
yeah.
crazy. It's crazy, bro. I saw the whole
I
subreddit
just
was
read
like,
the discussion. Yeah, like I read a discussion the other day where about like bad like director's cuts, and like that was mentioned multiple times. I was like,
dude, are you nutty? Like
Yeah.
seriously, bro. I've seen them both. I'm telling you, there's no way. It's insane. Like, and that's the crazy thing is that like obviously somewhere someone of influence agrees because that's why they only did the 4K restoration of the theatrical. It's like, oh, everyone says they like the theatrical more, so let's only restore that one. It's like, at least give us the option. At least do both. God. Anyways, bums me out. Most surprising picture.
surprising bad Platoon. Surprising good is Dead Poets Society. Just was not expecting that out of Dead Poets Society.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
I'll go Boy A. Yeah, wasn't expecting this little British film to be that good. So yeah. One of the great poll picks of this year. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. There are a few really good poll ones, including my answer, which is The Butterfly Effect, of course. Most surprising picture. Had zero expectations. Never heard of it. Don't know what the hell. Ashton Kutcher. The hell is this crap? Turn it on. Blown away. Loved it. Seriously. Super entertaining movie. So huge shout out to that. Absolutely. All right. Got a couple of categories here. That's all the movie ones basically, but we got a few categories here about the show itself. And we got best question of the week.
I quite liked the James Bond question just because of the bet that it spurred at the end between you two.
I know. I would love it even more if we had an answer by now, and I'm still very excited about when that answer comes.
I like that there's genuine stakes to that have emerged from it. There's it's an ongoing saga.
Yeah.
Yeah, the James Bond is a question. Yes.
It's a good question. Yeah, I agree.
Mine was, what single day would you choose to relive over and over if you were stuck in a time loop? Very solid question. And some interesting answers from this. Yeah. It's like a reflective question, but not like too serious. You kind of like you can kind of, this seriousness had like a level of elasticity to it, level of variability. So yeah, it's good.
I agree with that. It did make me think, for sure. Yeah, I shortlisted both of those, so I agree with both of those. But my answer probably is, what is your one battle after another?
Dude, that's that was on my shortlist.
It's just a great question.
I like that we're like overlapping.
Yeah. It's just a great question. I love it. Oh man, and I like how it needs like the extra little bit to explain, but like it kind of didn't. It kind of explains itself. It's just a great question. Okay. Best duo episode, aka the Choose Your Favorite Friend Award.
Oh, I'm copping out this one because my best duo episode is Enemy. Because you guys made me realize a lot of things about the movie that my 16-year-old brain didn't really comprehend. Very informative to listen to actual people talk about it. Yeah, I quite liked Enemy.
See, you say kind words about that, and I'm appreciative and all that. But then you also came in the next week and was like, "What about the lady with the spider head at the start?" And I'm like, "What?" And then you taught me something about the film I didn't know, and that we didn't bring up, and that's the fact that one of the ladies in the casino at the start is a spider lady, and I just never saw it.
Wait, in the casino?
And then I didn't believe you. Yes, and I didn't believe him.
What casino?
And then he showed it to me in the film.
Is
You know,
that
the
strip club
the weird,
or whatever, is
the
it?
strip club or whatever it is, the dodgy place at the start with all, where he goes to the gambles or whatever he does. I don't know. You know what I mean? Jake Gyllenhaal goes
Do you
to
mean
that
like in the
shady place.
hallway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we talked about that, didn't we?
No, we didn't. We definitely counted the amount of spider scenes, and
We talked about it the week after. That's probably why. Yeah, because we went over it.
Was it like
and then
in the
was
yellow
like, you guys,
room? Like in the secret room?
No, he literally
it was
walks
like
past her in in the hallway.
the hallway
she has
out
a
the front or
spider
whatever.
head.
We talked about that. The one that shot that goes upside down or earlier?
No, it doesn't go upside down. Oh, it does it?
I think it might. I don't know.
I don't know. But Jaden brought it up because he's like, I can't believe you guys didn't mention that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I didn't know either.
Oh yeah, because I think I brought it up because you guys were counting the spiders, you didn't count this spider. Yeah.
Because I didn't see it.
And then
he showed it to me in the movie. I'm like, God damn.
Right, there's only one instance where tits out spider head. I mean, it's it's pretty easy to remember.
Pretty memorable.
Yeah,
it's pretty memorable when I saw it afterwards.
Well, we talked about one in the hallway, but I don't know if that's the one you're referring to.
But there's only one. I know, but we didn't. I don't think we talked about one in the hallway because I don't remember
that. We did because this is the upside down shot.
I'm not sure. Everyone, check the tape. Let's go back and we'll figure this out after. All right. Sorry, Fitz, you guys do best duo episode.
The White Lotus season 3. That was
wow.
I didn't know we were picking the one we went in. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, it was a good episode. It was just very synchronous. I thought it was very synchronous and talking about the kind of the Sam scene and the best scenes in that show was very, very fun. So, and I think we had a good thematic discussion of different characters. Carrie Coon's character, I remember that discussion was good. The themes of the season we kind of delved into pretty well. Pulled some insights there. So, yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
episode.
Yeah. See, the thing is, that's my answer too. Is the White Lotus season 3 great episode? Absolutely agree with everything you said. But I do want to point out that, to Jaden's point, Fitzy had many options he could have chosen of Jaden and I episodes, right? I had no option. I had to choose one of you because every episode I wasn't in wasn't a duo. I had to choose one of you. You know what I mean? Fitzy didn't have to choose.
Okay,
but he still chose me anyway.
What are your...
Both Harry Potters.
Oh, there was definitely more.
I could also pick Musical.
Amelie, yeah. That's another one.
I didn't watch all of Amelie because I haven't seen Amelie. So that's why I didn't pick that one.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. That's all right. He did hey, look, I shouldn't be complaining that he chose me as his favourite friend. So, yeah.
Was it Jaden and I episodes?
Yeah, I thought there was one where it was just you and me.
No, there wasn't. I missed 2, and they were all 2 persons. Because it was Perfect Days.
Yeah.
With Luke, Andy, and Jaden, and it was one battle. Yep.
Okay.
Let's go to favourite episode of the year.
favorite episode. I got two again. I'm sorry for picking two so much.
I've got a few, yeah.
Yeah. One of my favorite episodes is Boy A, because one, I think the discussion was quite good. And for two, someone else thought the discussion was quite good, and it led us to getting to interview the director, Daniel Masciari of Station at Home. That's a really cool thing that episode spurred.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then my other favorite is Perfect Days. Might kind of have what Liam touched on about you guys with White Lotus. Like you kind of, I don't know, synchronous, he said. I kind of feel like me, Luke and Andy were in that kind of, I just feel like, we're talking, like, theorizing, and we're right, we're kind of vibing. And like, I think it was like a really fruitful discussion. I think I actually contributed well to this discussion for once. So, yeah.
No, you chose the 2 episodes you hosted, bro.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
That's
No,
funny
but
shit.
like, I didn't say it like that. I mean, like, no, that makes sense. Like, you put a lot into the episodes, and you enjoyed what came out of them. And you're absolutely right in the case of Boy A, because that was a great episode. You did really well, and absolutely, it was recognised. It was great. I'm looking forward to you hosting more episodes next year.
Yeah, Perfect Days was a very good episode. Definitely up there.
Yeah,
But
it was.
mine goes to American Graffiti, which
Oh, nice.
I don't know. I just felt like it was a well, it felt like kind of an older episode. Like I don't know what I mean by that, but it felt like just yeah, it felt like a very fun, joyful. Not that current episodes aren't fun and joyful, but
fucking slogs phoning it in.
I don't know. That was the first time you guys had seen the film, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So I mean, there was a little bit of novelty to it for you guys, and I just felt it was very the film lends itself to kind of a fun discussion of nostalgia and the George Lucas aspect of it as well. So just had a very sweet feeling to it, like ice cream sorbet, yeah, I don't know. It was just a good episode.
You love your sorbets.
Yeah. I'm using that analogy like wherever I can these days. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, of course. Huge shout out to our interview with Daniel Masciari. Love the fact we did it. We did the thing. You know what I mean? So
it's funny because we talked about it at the start of the year, and it came about in a completely different way.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we said we wanted to do it, and we did it, and I'm very pleased with that. And I thought we did a really good job, so I was very happy with the result. Absolutely. My favorite overall, like, regular episode of the year, though, was The Last of Us Season 2, because I'm passionate about The Last of Us. We're all passionate about The Last of Us. Jaden loved, like, the push and pull, like the yin and yang of it. You know what I mean? It was like the most. I know. Usually, we disagree on stuff, obviously, but usually we're like pretty diplomatic and just like, oh yeah, I see. Well, yeah, great, okay, great. Oh, that's our thing. That's fine. But I felt like there was a bit of fieriness to it, a bit of that extra level of passion that come through, which I enjoyed a lot. And I love talking about The Last of Us, obviously, and it was just a meaty episode with lots to talk about for sure. It was so good. In fact, like Jaden had to. Well, I guess if length doesn't equate to good for you, maybe you don't agree. But in my opinion, it was like, so I was enjoying it so much. So Jaden had to leave. And like, I had like 5 more points I wanted to talk about, but it's like, oh shit, we got to wrap up. God damn, I could have kept going. So anyway, yeah, I enjoyed that one a lot for sure. Do you guys, any guesses what our most viewed episode was of the year if you don't know? It's pretty random, to be honest.
I can't even look at what we did.
Brother Bear.
Brother Bear? Yeah. It's not Brother Bear, but it is an earlier in the year one, though.
Is it White Lotus? I thought White Lotus did quite well.
It did do quite well, but no. Fincher's Benjamin Button is our most viewed episode of the year. Which is like, okay, sure, I'll take it. But yeah, the algorithm works in mysterious ways. That was another. I re-listened to quite a few episodes this week. I re-listened to American Graffiti and agree with Fitzy. It was a very good episode. I liked it a lot. I re-listened to Benjamin Button, liked it a lot. Is it? Can I say that? Can I say that I like the episodes a lot? When like it's just me talking and you guys talking, like what the fuck? But no, I did like them. I did. But yeah, that's it. That's it for another year of Cinema Effect. We did it. We appreciate anyone who tuned in throughout the year. Cinema Effect will return for, get this, our 7th season in 2026, which blows my mind every time I get to this part of the year and say that. God, we'll be at 10 soon. What the fuck? Well, maybe we won't be. I don't know. But Liam, what are we doing for next year's first film? What is the holiday homework we're assigning?
It is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Continuing with the Harry Potter franchise. I'll make sure to be here for this one because the series is getting good now. So I gotta actually, commit.
He's got to lock in. That's good. That's good.
And then after that, we'll be doing a very big film. Very big 2025, 2026 film.
5.
Just 5, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Avatar. Don't watch it for another 2 months.
Oh, man. Just leave that as a tease. That's good. I like that. But yeah, no, that's sweet. This is especially holiday homework for Andy because I don't think he's watched Chamber of Secrets yet. So, but I know he was really keen to get to the Alfonso Cuarón Harry Potter, which we're doing. He's got a month, so he's got a bit of time. So, Andy, you're going to watch Chamber of Secrets, which is still a very good film, by the way. Then you'll be with us for Alfonso Cuarón's Harry Potter film, which is widely regarded as one of the best. So, enjoy that. Okay. I want to, of course, give an extra special thank you to Jade and Liam, as always, but, extra special thanks for being with us for another year. Thank you guys for being here every week. Thank you to our guests who joined us for episodes this year. You know who you are. I mean, it's the same people as always. Spooky and Andy, thank you very much. And, of course, Daniel Masciari. Extra special thank you, I guess, as well. And thank you for everyone who wrote in with your great question of the week responses this year. It's always a bit of fun every week getting to read those and bounce off of those for sure. Okay. We hope everyone out there has a great, happy, safe holiday. Take care. Goodbye. We'll see you in 2026.